And welcome back to the Halftime Report with Pudge. Go on, Pudge. 2 minutes past the big hour is 7 o'clock, 7:02 on the big clock on the wall. Locked and loaded, the blowtorch of all that is sport, Elos, rock and roll, and everything in between. KSIX Corpus Christi, 1230 AM, 95.1 FM. Streaming live on the internet's there for you, pudgenation.com, which is extremely relevant this morning because I know I said 1230 AM, 95.1 FM, but today the 95.1 FM part, it's under repairs.
I noticed that on the way over.
Yeah, and so, but 1230 AM is working, and so is Pudge Nation.
Yeah.
So if you go to Pudge Nation, there's a button at the top. It says live. Okay, just click that button, and boop, there you go. All right, on your mobile device, your computer, whatever. You know,
it says live, not live.
No,
do that too. But it's actually live.
Yeah. It's a whole.
That's one of those words. You have like when you say it versus reading it.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of those, like the word minute, minute,
as opposed
versus
to
minute.
Minute. Yeah. Or minutia. There you go.
How about in vivo for our Spanish?
Okay, sure, why not, Mike? Hey, you do you, Buttercup. We'll go in vivo for you. Thank you. Okay, Ricky Martin. Let's see what we got here. 884-1230. That's the phone number. 361-884-1230. Don't tease me. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yeah, you're listening to America's only rock and roll sports talk show. Also happens to be the only talk show in America that when it's all said and done, talk show host, right side of history. Hey, don't believe me? Ask our STL. They'll tell you, right? All right. So 95.1 is down. It'll be back later on this afternoon. We want to congratulate the Islanders men's basketball team of Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Fine showing last night. They took on Texas Southern in the first play-in game of this year's March Madness. And unfortunately, however, they fell on the short end of the stick. Final score, Texas Southern 76. Islanders 67. The game was it was nice hearing Avery Johnson call the game like
coaching.
that.
He was
Yeah.
coaching.
Oh yeah. But just listening to him.
Yeah.
I loved hearing him say the word bow. They got to move that bowel around. And I'm just like, I'll give you another $1 if you'll say ball again, will you? Excuse me, but you gotta pass that bowel around, from left to right. You can't just stay on one side of the court. You got to move that bowel around everywhere. And I was like, okay.
But the beauty of it was that he was talking in Avery Johnson ease. Yeah. But everything was true and right. Everything he said made total sense.
Well, and you know who he was rooting for because, of course, Avery Johnson still lives in San Antonio, and of course, Coach Lutz is from San Antonio. So there was this whole San Antonio vibe and tie-in together with everything. And so Avery was, you could tell he was kind of rooting for the Islanders. Yeah. But, and he was the head coach at Alabama, right? Yeah. But no, Avery did a good job playing color analyst, Hey, why'd the guy get racial? I'm just saying, that's what they call it, Anyway, so the season comes to an end. The Islanders, get a load of this, man. They had a record. 23 wins, 12 losses. But 23 wins.
Yeah.
I mean, that's nothing to say. I don't care if you're playing, Pee Wee League in the YMCA. You win 23 games. That's significant,
You should get to go to the shoe.
Yeah, and so, the upgrade, it's which was the stat of the night, I thought.
Yeah.
The biggest increase of wins compared to last year.
Yeah.
Last year they only had 5. This year, 18 more wins, 23. Yeah, talk about an organization that's going in the right direction, the correct direction.
Uh-huh.
That would be Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
So, nothing but love from the announcers for Coach Lutz.
They mentioned it a lot last night. They mentioned the change from last year to this year a lot.
Yeah.
And even the people that kind of piped in, that they piped in, like I forget who the woman was that was analyzing, and she was saying the same thing over again. It's like, let's hear that some more.
Well, I think we're going to see. I don't think that was a one and done for the Islanders. I think what Coach was able to do for this team, and in the unique circumstances of recruiting through virtual and Zoom. That's how he put this team together with so many transfers of guys from all around the country. To put and made this team mesh so quickly. Coach is definitely cut of the cloth for this version of college basketball culture, which is where you have teams filled with rosters where the kids are one and done. They play 1 year and then they go off and play professional ball afterwards, whether it's at the NBA level or overseas level. The fact is they're not staying at your university for 4 years. And so when you're like a Calipari or, you're a Patino, or a Krzyzewski, these, a Boeheim, where, they're accustomed to basketball, college basketball, and, you have your roster for 4 years. Your freshman, you sit out for a year. Sophomore year, you get a little bit of playing time. Junior year, all right, now you're in there. Senior year, you're leading, And they were accustomed to that cookie cutter approach to basketball on the college level for decades. But now it's the one and done. And really it was Calipari that kind of really ushered it in because he embraced it immediately, where he would put these super teams together of 5 guys, maybe 6, knowing that full and well that after the season was over, they were gone. Right? And so it seems like Coach Lutz, he's of the culture that he gets that. Because we had some guys, I think I was there for senior night at the gym, and it was just a handful of kids, like 4 or 5 of them that were seniors, okay? So the other players still here. So he had a nice mix of guys that were one and done and other guys that were like, okay, we're going to be here next year, Coach. And so now that, talk about a recruiting tool. Like we talked about that Monday when we spoke with Coach. He's now able to go into the living rooms, and it doesn't have to be virtual anymore. It doesn't have to be through Zoom. He's able to go to living rooms now and go, okay, we made the big dance. And not only that, and we played Notre Dame. We played Texas A&M. We played Minnesota. And then we went and played in the big dance. And we won the conference tournament. And we won 23 games. So, and not only that, but did I mention we are on an island? So, wink, wink, nod, nod, looking at the kid going, hey, you want to live where the palm trees are?
You don't go anywhere for spring break.
Yeah, right. You are at spring break.
You live at spring break.
You want to go where all the pretty girls are? Okay, bottoms up. It's right there, right down the street from, no, the university. Yeah, hey, you're down by the coast, Third Coast, Gulf Coast, and you're talking to a kid up in, Indiana or Pennsylvania, and they've never even heard of Corpus Christi. But for this past couple of days, and especially last night, they got to see it. All right? And we're legit. And so I think that, what Coach Lutz is, it's a nice beginning to whatever his regime, however long it may be.
Another thing
Coach, tell me more about bottoms up.
I know, right?
But another thing I like about him is it
Yeah.
appears to me that he is one of those guys. It's not just, he found the players the way he found them.
Right.
But he doesn't try to shoehorn them into a rigid system. In other words, he figures out what he's got, and then he figures out what to do with all of them to bring out the best in all of them. Kind of like the old Don Shula thing. Don Shula loved having Larry Zonka and being able to hand off to Larry Zonka, and then he could never find another Larry Zonka. Instead, he ends up with Dan Marino.
Right.
That's a whole different thing.
Right.
And he adapted to it instantly.
Right. And not only that, if I go and I analyze last night's game, they kind of the announcers were saying, well, Texas Southern has more experience.
Yes.
And I was like,
a lot.
okay, the school has the experience, but not those players.
Exactly.
The players were just like what we had with A&M Corpus Christi. They were new to the school, but the coach had the experience maybe of going there, I guess 4 times, 3 times they've won out of the 4 times they've been there. To me, if I'm an X's and O's guy, it was, man, that team was just bigger. They were able to clog the lane. We were built for speed. Our point guard is 5'11", and that's what he says in the program, which that means who knows what his height is, right? Yeah. Our tallest guy was like 6'9", maybe. And their guy was bigger. They're big. And so we were, they were blocking our shots all day. So we didn't have the length, we didn't have the height. We had the hops. We had the speed.
Oh, yeah.
But, and if we listen to what Coach said all season long when he talked to us, his philosophy was, let's get the shot off in the first 12 seconds of the shot clock. Let's get down there and let's just get that ball up there as quickly as possible, because he's trying to create more offensive opportunities, right? Okay, well, that helps if you're making your shots. But if you hit a stretch where you're not making shots and the other team does, well, and that's when you fall behind.
And that's what happens.
And that's exactly all it takes is a little short moment in time where you go cold, but the other team stays hot, and they're out rebounding you, and they're fast breaking up and down the court, and that's when you fall behind.
And then late in the game, they were not getting those shots off in 12 seconds.
No.
They were losing to the shot clock a lot of times.
Well, and that's where you have to tip your hat to Texas Southern.
Yeah.
Because they really tightened.
Hard defense.
They tightened up their defense and kept A&M Corpus Christi from being able, like you said, to get that shot off so quickly. And so you saw where we were shooting the ball with like 8 seconds, 5 seconds on the shot clock, and just having to hoist one up. And then being in a position where we try to hoist it up, and one of their big guys is there to block the shot. So that's something to work on. Maybe in this upcoming recruiting cycle for Coach Lutz and the Islanders, they recruit a couple of guys that got some length and some height, because if you've got a couple of tall guys that are like 6'11", 6'10", 6'11", and they're able to run up and down the court, oh man! Yeah. Because if you have that kind of offense, right, where you're fast breaking and you've got some big guys that are able to keep up with that kind of style, then you're made for success right there.
Yeah.
But it was a great season. It was a lot of fun, and not a single person, hanging their head on this one. Right. And you could tell Coach Lutz had a lot of love for his boys. Mm-hmm. That's another thing. They got that chemistry going real quick. Yeah. Between the players and the coaches with each other. That's something you can't fabricate. Either it happens or it doesn't happen. And these guys, you could tell that whole team got along great. There was no drama and all that. And really having fun and supportive of each other. And you could see the love that Coach had for his players as they were coming off the court. Mm-hmm. And so that was good to see. So all around the entire organization, I am extremely pleased, extremely proud, very happy for the Islanders' success that they had this year. Great season, and looking forward to an upcoming season.
Yeah.
All right. So, meanwhile, Indiana beat Wyoming. Final score, Indiana 66, Wyoming 58. So, Indiana was the second team to play in last night, which is what kept me up late last night because I watched that game. And so last night, technically, I went 1-1. I went because I had the Islanders winning. That was close. I mean, we were ahead there for a while.
For a good while.
Yeah. So, but
and it was one of those games we could have won.
Yeah. Oh, look, George just wrote, and he says, "Great call, Captain Obvious." Okay, thank you. Okay, well, at least I was obvious. Okay.
And by the way,
so,
it's Brigadier General Obvious.
Yeah. I don't know what George's hassle is. What's his problem, man?
He's just a corporal.
What happened to George? Did somebody step on his bunion? What happened this morning? I don't know. Yeah. Did he find an eggshell in his chorizo con huevo?
And he's a corporal.
Oh, is that what? He's still in a bad mood. He's been up. And he's been up all night going, I can't believe I gave up the apartment, Yeah. Well, dude. Shouldn't bet what you can't afford to lose. Forecast for today, high 78, low 52. Currently outside, a sunrise in effect, a beautiful sunrise, 55 degrees. And, of course, today is opening day of the Sundowner. Woo! There you go. Oh, you thought it was fun Monday with Monday Night Madness where we had 14 teams show up. Oh, watch till Big Bro opens up later on today. We'll be at the Lozano Golf Center, which is located right there off of SPID and Old Brownsville Road. You exit SPID and go, you turn like on Old Brownsville Road like you're going back to the bayfront, okay, towards Del Mar. And on your right-hand side, you'll see a big stretch of lawn, okay? And that would be...
That's where they play golf.
Yeah, that is the Lozano Golf Center. And so $27 gets you 9 holes of golf, gets you a golf cart, and gets you access to the driving range where you're able to warm up as much as you want, hit as many balls as you want at the driving range, and that way you'll have some fun. And after it's all said and done, we'll get together at the 19th hole over at the clubhouse and hand out some prizes.
Do they allow night putting? Because I know that Kevin Tate talked a lot about that.
Well, yeah, that's the illumination. They have a practice green that's illuminated. The driving range is illuminated. So, yeah, you can actually go there at night and, like after work if you want, and go ahead and, get some golf in if you want. But we're teeing off at 5:30, so come join us for that.
By the way, Caddyshack, excellent documentary.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. I learned a lot in that one. Okay. No. Okay.
Sorry, it's a great deal, this Sundowner, but unfortunately, I will be over at open mic night serenading Spring Breakers.
Oh, I see. I saw a meme this morning on social media that said if you're over 25 years old and you are at spring break, yeah, you're stranger danger. Yes, you are. You're that guy, so.
Invite those guys over to open com night.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we're done by like 7:30, 8 o'clock over at the Sundowner.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's the whole point. We waited for them to move the clock forward.
Right.
So when we have longer daylight at nighttime.
Yeah.
So we're able to get the 9 holes in. So afterwards, hey.
The days are not all that long yet.
Oh, so I mean, yeah, because the sun's just now coming up. It's already 7:18. But after we're done with the Sundowner, then we can go downtown and head over to Surf Club and check out Tom and the Golden Tones without my guitar. Yeah, and
Yeah, what happened to it? I don't see it.
oh, it's locked away, baby.
Put it in the saving box.
He gave it such a workout that right now it's back there in his apartment.
She's still
gently weeping.
She's there in her little incubator, her little crib. She's just there, like taking it in, resting. You don't want to just blow out her gaskets right out of the gate. Let her ease into it. So anyway, NFL season starts today. We had a rather interesting situation with the Dallas Cowboys yesterday with Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory had agreed to terms with the Dallas Cowboys.
What in the world?
And then all of a sudden, word comes out that he's backed out of the deal with the Dallas Cowboys and has now signed with the Denver Broncos. But here's the flip side of that. The Dallas Cowboys are in conversation, get a load of this, with Von Miller. And have Von Miller come back home to Texas. Because Von Miller is a free agent after his season with the Rams. So he now has a Super Bowl ring.
Right.
So what's left in his career? Come back home, right? Play in Texas.
Get a Super Bowl ring with the Cowboys.
With the Cowboys. So that so easy. I mean, I don't know what happened with Randy Gregory and the Cowboys, because that deal was done.
Yeah. Well, let's remember he was a head case.
Yeah, but it's still, well, now he's Denver's head case.
Yeah.
Right? And he had a great season last year. I think he had like 11 sacks or something.
He was.
Yeah, he had a great season last year. We dealt with a lot with him because he had missed time playing because of he loved the weed, right? And so.
Denver has a lot of headshots.
Well, and now he can go smoke all the weed he wants, but once again, it's illegal in the NFL. So, but I think they stopped testing. That's how they're getting around it. Yeah. It's like, okay, hey, don't be smoking weed, but we're not going to test you for it.
He's not going to smoke.
Yeah,
it's going to be edibles.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, there you go. That's one way to do it. Yeah. You ever tried an edible? That's a weird feeling, man.
Way back in high
Of course
school,
it was. Yeah, a long time ago. Of course.
Brownies.
Oh, the brownie?
And it was a bad experience because she said, just eat one.
Well, I know, right? No, here.
And so I just ate one, and I'm waiting, 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 and I'm waiting. Give me another brownie.
Yeah.
And then when
They
it
kicked
hit,
in.
oh my God.
Yeah, well, that's the mistake everybody makes. With edibles, is they'll eat one, the little gummy thing. They'll eat it and they'll go, I don't feel anything. I don't feel, you know what? Like 15, 20 minutes later, I don't feel anything. You know what? Give me another one, because obviously I'm a big boy and I need more than just one little gummy bear. Give me another one, So all right, here's another gummy, and so they're there. It's like so they'll eat the second one, There's like, so it's still, it's like about 10 minutes later, they're like, what the hell? This is weak, And then look at them about 30 minutes later, and they're just in the corner going, just. Oh, did the gummy bear kick in? There you go. Yeah, have fun with that.
You have to cut those goonies in half.
Yeah, Steve Trevino does a whole bit about him and his father-in-law in Vegas, and the father-in-law said, "Just give me the leg, right? Just give me the leg." And that's what Steve said, "Just eat the leg." right? Just eat the leg. And the dad is old school from like the 60s, the father-in-law. He's like, give me the whole thing. And she's like, man, dude, just eat the leg, man. And so his father, give me the. So all right. So the father, they're in Vegas. The father-in-law eats the and still, once again, I don't feel nothing, puro pedo, Wait for it. Wait for it. All of a sudden, just one big mess, Anyway, I don't know how. Oh yeah, Randy Gregory. Good luck with that in Denver. Where it's legal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. By the way, that story I just told happened in Vegas and in Denver, so everything was legal. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the love lines. You want to? Let's go. Hey, kids, on line 243, it's Ricky G. Good morning, Ricky. How you doing?
9243. That's a good number. 2,
Yeah.
4, 6, 9. That's good. That's good. With the numbers.
Oh, there.
It was so really relevant. You were talking about extracurriculars with Mr. Gregory. Because evidently they agreed. I love fine print. Grandpa used to say that, the devil's in the details, right?
Right.
Evidently they agreed to, in principle, according to some other sports television networks,
That's good.
agreed to in principle, then they went back and they looked at the contract, and then there was some sort of termination clause affiliated with testing positive for drug usage.
Whoops.
That they both went, eh. So Denver offered them basically the same, 5-year, $58 million or whatever the heck it was.
Right.
Without that clause. So he said, hey,
Yeah. Well, plus
I'm
it's
going to Denver.
plus it's legal. It's legal in Denver, so the point is moot. So
Correct.
Yeah.
That's not an issue with franchise. It's only an issue with the NFL. But hey,
Well, you gotta love a recruiting process where you're able to say, well, where we play, you can smoke weed legally. Oh hell, where do I sign? Yeah. So.
Ricky Williams
Anyway,
would have had it.
once again, the Pudge Nation relevance factor is above index. I think you're probably tracking about 110.
Oh, thank you. Well, anything I can do to help my audience completely understand the entire story. I like to help from behind the scenes.
There you go. And
Absolutely.
The rock and roll guitar yesterday just made my heart sing. So thank you, Tom. Thank you, Pudge. Thank you.
Hey,
Glad to do it.
Ricky. We'll have to take the guitar to Jamaica. How about we do that?
I've been, I'm banned from that island now, but that's we're not going to discuss any of the reasons.
No, not at all. Not at all. All right. All right.
That 13-year stint is in my rear view, brother.
Yes, it is. Those are different times when we were crazy kids,
Oh, my goodness gracious. Okay.
Well, hey.
Thank you for no instantaneous social media.
I know, right? Oh, and by the way, please let Leslie Adamy know that we would love to have her on the show.
I've been trying to have a conversation between you and me and Pudge Nation.
Yeah.
But there's a few hurdles there. But it's not.
Look, as it is
I used to be a steeplechaser back 110,000 30 years ago, so I can do that.
Look, your boy Alan Holt, he loves the show, listens all the time, plays golf with us all the time. So
Yes,
you've already look, okay, if we have to bring in Alan Holt and just make sure he brings Leslie with him. Okay?
Well, there's more than one way to get to the finish line, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, Ricky. Miss you, baby.
All
right, be a good boy.
Keep up the great work. I appreciate it.
All right, talk to you later, Ricky. There you go, kids. Ricky G there.
Sounds like we need to party with Ricky G.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. What was it Toby Keith that said, don't smoke Willie's weed,
Right.
And we're just going to leave that right there. Okay, I tell you what, let's take a pause for the cause, and let's go have some, I don't know, anybody got any gummy bears around here?
I got a leg.
Yeah. We'll be back right after this. Okay. There you go. Hey, Mark. Mario, thanks for tuning in. Everybody, hi, man, thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. Enjoy the sunrise this morning. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.